My earliest memories are of gender dysphoria. I felt lost, and at times like I couldn't survive. It took until I was 31 to publicly come out as a transgender woman. Nothing has been the same since. While on the road, I've met gender-variant people from all walks of life, all at various points in their journeys. Hearing their stories and then being able to relate myself to it is what I need right now. When I was 13, 14 years old and experiencing the things I experienced, I had no one to reach out to, just no one at all. All those feelings and all those emotions had to be internalized.
I mean, growing up, I didn't even know what a trans person was.
I had never seen myself in the media before. I had never seen someone that looked like me, that represented me.
And there wasn't really the internet either back then. I couldn't Google trans, I couldn't Google transsexual, none of that.
My best friend in the whole world, he came out to me as trans when we were like in 8th grade, so that was the first time I had ever heard the word transgender, and I had no idea what it was.
Growing up in the suburbs of Chicago, it's not like we had any knowledge. I don't think I knew what the term transgender was.
The only trans people I had ever seen when I was younger were on Jerry Springer or in Silence of the Lambs.
It was so unheard of for me. It's just like, you know about it, but you don't know about it.
You know, I was doing some research online and I actually started to figure out what it was that I was.
It's P-O-S-S. Help me out. Ability, right? Okay.
Yeah, the silver one.
Oh, cool. You came prepared.
Yeah.
These are rare. They're out of print now.
Right.
I like your tattoos. Hi. How's it going?
I remember vividly one time when we were on tour in maybe like 2003, and after the show we went to like a roadside food cart, and it was like us, like my band and all the bands that we were on tour with. A group of women showed up who were trans and like went to order pizza as well. And I remember like everyone else in the group recognized like and started making fun of them basically. And I'm in this situation where it's like, that's me, you know, like that's what I should be doing. That's who I am, you know, but here I am on the other side making fun of them with everyone. And it was just like the shitty, most demoralizing feeling ever of selling myself out in that way. Last night we met up with Kate. Kate is a musician who transitioned in the late 80s. It was awesome talking to her and hearing, you know, what it was like navigating that world with doing press and being in a band and having that be attached to you.
So back then, how did you even, because like I didn't even hear about somebody transitioning probably until I was like 13 or 14 years old. How did you know that was even an option?
You know, it's then? Like, it was in the culture either in sitcoms, you know, or you'd see it in the tabloids. Butch Marine becomes sexy lady or something, you know, and it would be ridiculous. As misrepresented and exploitive as it was, you would see it and you would go, there's a possibility there. There are other people who feel like this?
When I was very young, I actually had seen some kind of documentary on a trans woman, and I had thought, you know, oh, that's kind of interesting. Like, I was really intrigued by it. And I remember bringing it up to my mom. I had to be like 4 or 5. And she was like, well, don't even think about that because girls can't become boys.
I met a woman, and she was a trans woman in New York, and I identified immediately. And it scared the shit out of me.
I remember my mom, actually, she was watching the Chaz Bono documentary, and I remember seeing him. But, like, at that moment, I still didn't want to realize it. Like, I saw him, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense that could happen. But, like, until about, like, 2 years ago, I started really questioning it and looking into it.
I saw RuPaul on VH1. I was a teenager. And my cousin, she's like, girl, you gotta see this. She used to be a man. And I thought, oh, I didn't know RuPaul was a drag queen. RuPaul never really said trans or drag, or it was just like this big, fabulous thing. And so I knew that something else was possible. And it's that possibility that got me curious.
Here we go, Los Angeles, night 1 of 2. Don't have any fun, all serious, all night bull on 3. 1, 2, 3, bull!
one of the first questions I'm asked is, well, do you have a boyfriend? I'm like, well, no. Really, that's not what I'm interested in. Well, if you don't like men, then you're not transgender. You must just be a cross-dresser. And that is so, so wrong.
When I started having those feelings, I think I just Googled the word transgender and looked at like a Wikipedia article about it. I was just like, well, yep, this is definitely me.
I think it helps a lot because people have access online to different groups like Facebook and lots of other different social media, where if they don't have the home support like I didn't have, they can go online and find it now.
There's a plethora of information on the internet. You can find anything there and you can meet anyone.
It just eliminates gatekeepers for information. And information is key when you're doing something like this or experiencing something like this.
I went to the website Reddit. I was reading like this life story of a trans person who doesn't come out and all these different phases that they go through.
And I realized that I wasn't wrong. I was just thinking of myself in the wrong way. You know, there's nothing wrong with me.
I had a therapist happen. We wouldn't say a thing for 2 months. And I would sit there and she'd be like, when you're ready to talk, when you're ready to talk. And then one day I just said, I feel like a guy. And then I'll never forget, she said to me, I believe you. How can we fix that?
I started asking myself, well, would I be happier if I were a woman?
I realized that I wasn't wrong. There's nothing wrong with me.
I'm a trans person. I'm not gonna pretend to be someone I'm not any longer.
You can classify someone as trans, genderqueer, whatever you want, but when it comes down to it, they're just people.